This is lesson 5.5 of the University of Idaho's CS 112 course. Today we're going to be doing what I kind of call a snail spin. So we're going to make it so it looks kind of like a snail shell. It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. All right, let's get to it. In the warm-up that you already should have done, you should have made a procedure called rocket, and it has this parameter called time, and you say time for 1 second, and then if time is greater than 1, we call rocket and we do stuff again and again, and we say blast off. So the rocket calls itself over and over again, and part of the warm-up was asking you, hey, what do you think this is called? Each time this was reduced by 1 until it reached the end, then it said blast off. This is called recursion. It allows a procedure to call on itself and repeat a process without having to implement a loop. It's really handy, especially if it's something that might change. Your user might put in a certain value, and that determines what's going to happen. It's very well used. Now there is dangers to it. Just like any other loop, it needs to have an end test to prevent it from going on infinitely. In Scratch, going on infinitely is kind of a thing. But whenever we start talking about other programs, this is what causes a computer to lock up and not be able to do anything because it gets stuck on this infinite loop. So it's always important whenever you write a recursion, have a way for it to get out of it. It should be one of the first things that you actually write is how does it escape. Some programming languages, and I guess the danger about recursion is a lot of programming languages don't look for this infinite loop in recursion. They only look for like for and whiles and stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, it still gets out. Not a lot of debugging systems actually identify that there is that it goes on infinitely. So let's go ahead and make some triangles. So we're going to initialize, we're going to make some triangles. Let's go ahead and switch over to Scratch to do this. Alright, so let's make a couple blocks. Let's make a initialize block. There's nothing with that. So okay. Let's make another one called triangle. I guess I actually have to click OK on those. So initialize, we want it to go to the center position, and we're going to have it turning, so I always like to start off with the point and direction. We're also going to need our pens for this. Let's go grab the pens. We're going to erase everything. We're going to have the pen up when it goes there. And then we're going to make it put the pen down. Alright. So let's go ahead and define a triangle. A triangle repeats 3 times. So repeat 3 times. And what it does is it turns 120 degrees. We've gone over that before on why it's different than what we're taught in most math classes. Turn 120 degrees, and then we're going to have it make some step outs. Let's make it go 30 just for a little bit of actual variety. Let's go to our events. When the green flag is clicked, I want to initialize and make a triangle. And as we've talked about before, whenever you're creating a program for the first time, we want to start small and build our way up. You know what? I'm also going to have Scratch hide himself. So that way I can see my triangle. Awesome. Alright, so now we're going to make something that's a little more recursive. So what we're going to do is we're going to call triangle over, that seems a little weird because triangle in and of itself doesn't have anything, so let's call it rotating. So let's make another block called rotating. And let's go with OK. So whenever we're rotating, let's go ahead and it's going to draw a triangle. Yeah, there we go. And then I want it to rotate. Let's make it turn 15 degrees. That sound good? Yeah. All right. And then let's go to control. Let's go grab an if statement. And specifically, we're going to use if not. And this is the first time we've kind of used one of these more, I'm going to use the word advanced, but I don't know if it really is advanced Boolean statements. And so this is not, so it's looking for the opposite of the result. So if it's not greater than, or equal to, let's do equal to. If it's not equal to 0 degrees, so if the direction, this is under motion, if the direction is not equal to 0, then we want it to draw a triangle, like draw a triangle again. And so we're going to be calling on rotating again. So let's go grab from my blocks, rotating. Let's see what that does. I didn't call rotating anywhere, so let's go and call rotating. Heyo. Oh, wait. Why didn't it draw all the way? Oh, I'm gonna switch this around. It should move and then turn. Sorry. Let's try that again. There we go. Wait, what? Let's see. Where did I mess up? It's not, direction does not equal. Triangle, turn 15. This does not quite pointing in the direction I want it to. I want this to close. What am I doing wrong? Let's see here. Triangle. Let's just make sure that's shown right. Oh. Let's point in direction 0. Maybe that'll help. Alright. And then rotating. Oh, wait, whoops. Triangle. There you go. There we go. That's better. Alright, now we figured that out. Okay. So, hopefully that is good from there. Yes. Alright. So, let's try something new. So, let's make it so that then it kind of spins some whenever after it draws a triangle. So, let's make it step some. Let's make it move 10 steps. See what that does. Ooh, that's cool. All right. So this is what I would call maybe some spin code, because now it's kind of creating a spin. So let's go ahead and change that up a little bit. So let's grab something called, make a block called spinning. What we're going to do is we're going to add a value, and let's call it side, so that it's indicating the side length. All right. So we want to say if our side length is greater than, so if side length is greater than, side length is greater, or no, less than. Oh, less than. If it's less than 120, we want it to get bigger. All right. So then we're going to do a triangle, but we want the triangles to get bigger. So I'm going to go grab triangle. I think if I change this now, it'll be okay. And call this side. Now it's important to note that this side and this side are two different parameters. So I gotta grab this, put this in here, and then I take this one and I put it in here. And this makes it so that whatever I put in for spinning actually goes into triangle. All right. And then let's have it turn some, or no. Yeah, turn a little bit. I'm gonna steal from this. Oops. We don't really need rotating anymore. Right here. Delete all you, and I want you actually out here, so that every time it is that going to work for me? No, I do want it in here. And then I want it to spin again. spinning, and let's add some onto it. So let's go spinning, and we're going to make it side plus 10. So what this does is, this does give an exit procedure. This gives a, if it's less than this, then do all of this. If it's like equal to or greater than 120, it's not going to do anything in here. And so our program is going to stop. I do need to put spinning in, and this is going to be our initial size. Let's just start with 10. It'll be nice and small. So now I click the button, and it's going to make it bigger. So go ahead and with this, go ahead and mess with it and figure out how you want to make it work. Maybe let's go a little smaller, see if we can get some more triangles out of this. Hey, there we go. So check your assignment on what you need to accomplish in order to make this thing correct. Have a good one.